Okie dokie, let's get started. Now, upside, so when I do need to inevitably Google pieces of art or pieces of history, I have got a setup now, which means that I'll be able to show you what it is that I'm actually looking up whilst the game is still open and stuff. So, we finished level 1 after the second try last time, and so now we're at level 2, now grand total of 4 levels I believe. So let's have a look. Now, as an established banker, it is time to forge international alliances to gain influence and wealth, but beware, the Albizzi and other rival families in Florence are working together to undermine your reputation. I believe another one of the ones that was mentioned were the Strozzi. Exile from Florence is imminent and unavoidable. However, through continuing to make wise business decisions, you can still preserve Banco Medici. Level objective: gain political influence by building a strong reputation with the people of Florence, as well as allies abroad, to prepare yourself for exile. Okay, that doesn't seem... So you're preparing in case you get exiled? Okay. Fine. Hint: take opportunities to develop your international networks and wealth of the bank while being active as a patron of the art. Now, last time there was a bonus objective which was to become the papal bank, and I'm pretty sure we reached that. So basically the bank likes us. The church likes us. So, have a look. Dear cousin, I see that you were able to obtain the charter as the official papal bank. With the church's deposit of 10,000 florins, that's pretty good, international trade will be much easier. They may wish to make withdrawals at any time, so always keep their account full before filling your ledger. So there's 5,000 florins just for the bank, and then 5,000 florins for the secret ledger, which that we only dip into if we don't have any money. Your storehouses are now able to accommodate the influx of flax from Northern Europe. Your mills are able to ret a single bundle of flax into twice as many bolts of finished linen. So 1 bundle of flax equals 2 bolts of linen. Good to know. So let's have a go. So we've got 21 turns, so slightly fewer than last time. And basically the idea is just build up reputation and soul and international relations and stuff. I won't go through all the various different things on the menu. If you want to see that, you can either look at the recordings on Twitch or go to my YouTube channel, Saber, S-A-B-E-R, and you can rewatch the first and second episodes if you would like. So, a merchant travelling from Bruges is offering to sell 8 bundles of flax for 480 florins. So we need to check how much flax is worth. So buy 8 for 60 each. So flax... So wait, 1 flax was 2 linen. So 2 linen I can sell for 60. So it's not a bad price. It's a standard price, and someone may come along and buy it for more. Yeah, there we are. So, to protect and fortify the city of Florence, the Signora wishes to establish a permanent position for the esteemed carpenter and engineer Francesco de Angelo, known as Il Quecha? Will you support this financial commitment on the part of the Signora? So this is where the research comes in. So we're looking up, who is it? Francesco de Angelo. Whoops. No, that's not. De Angelo. 1446. Il Quecha was a sculptor. Will you support? So he did become famous, so it's probably a good idea to actually support him. so we will support him. Yay, reputation. Il Ketcher agrees to provide support during wartime and to inspect his fortifications when Florence is at peace. He also provides a great talent for stage set designs, religious festivals, and spectacles of amusement. Very nice. So Fra Angelico wants to depict the last summer in a novel way, with Christ introducing the Eucharist himself and Judas marked with a black halo. Will you choose Fra Angelico's finished fresco, emphasizing the ritual of the Eucharist? Yes, we will. I mean, this one's a little bit easier because it says marked. It has Judas marked with a black halo. Judas there is marked with a black halo. No one's marked with a halo there. And does Judas have a black halo here? I don't think so. I think Judas just doesn't have a halo. So that would suggest, without even doing research, that this is the one that we're looking at. Oh, and I'm guessing the Eucharist is the ritual of the Eucharist would be the whole eating the flesh and blood of Jesus, or whatever, that they do with the wine and the bread. Yay, I did give it correctly. Yay. Didn't even need to research it. Actually, one thing I should probably check is what groups we're looking at. So we've got Milan, Venice, Ottoman Empire, London, Bruges, and Geneva. We've got a high reputation with Venice, so we want to build further international trade. So, for the novitiate altarpiece of Santa Croce, Fra Filippo Lippi paints the Madonna and Child enthroned, flanked by the Medici patron saints, against a backdrop of architectural niches. For 450 florins, will you select the work that highlights Lippi's use of foreshortening and perspective? Yes. So we've got Madonna and Child, and surrounded by, we're flanked by the Medici patron saints. I think I'm going to need to do the research, do a bit of looking into it. So we can look at Fra Filippo Lippi, oopsies, Madonna and Child, and then we can look at sort of the images that there are. So based on the images available, wait, Madonna and Child, let's look at Medici as well. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so it's a little bit small. Can we get a bigger one? Yep. So still kind of small, but that's fine. So we can see here we've got this one, which that one is the one on the left in the game. So we can go back to the game, and that's the one we'll pick. And yeah, that was the correct one. The reason why there was a bit of confusion was the two ones on either end both had sort of a woman with a child being flanked by people and had sort of architectural nooks and crannies and stuff in them, so I wanted to check. A Venetian merchant will pay 720 florins for 20 bales of wool. Will you sell? Sell 20 for 36 each, so we can buy them for 35, so yeah, we might as well. So 1, 2, 3, buy them. Yep, so I pay 700 for that, and I make an extra 20. It's not much, but it's a little bit, and it keeps Venice happy. Ercole, a merchant from Venice, unwraps upon your table a mysterious object he calls a unicorn horn. Will you purchase it? Yes. Even though, like, nowadays we know that stuff like that was a bit nonsense, back then they were like, oh yes, I'm going to show off with this. As you know, Bernardo Guadagni and Ronaldo degli Albizzi are your primary rivals for power in Florence. I've heard that they're plotting to have you exiled from Florence, and there is nothing you can do to stop it. All you can do now is monitor your wealth and connections in preparation for your exile. So that's why we want to build up international trade relations. The Sforza family in Milan, with the members of the Condottieri, continue to rise to power. It may be time to ally with Milan. If I'm correct, Milan hates me, so maybe not. Our reputation's building nicely, though, and our soul is too. Woohoo. A wealthy Genovese merchant is very interested in purchasing a large sum of 30 bolts of linen for 1,200. Sell 30 for 40 each. So we buy them at 35, we're selling them at 40. Yep, that makes sense, and we only need to buy 4. So buy those. I think it was, oh no, he wanted 30 bolts, sorry. So we need another 10 on top of that. There we go, and we will accept that. The plague strikes Florence in 1448. Will you donate 300 florins and organize with the good men of San Martino to aid affected families? I mean, being a good human being, yes, I will. Yeah, reputation and soul. A banker from Venice is looking to sell 20 bales of wool for 680 florins. Buy 20 for 34 each. It does make sense because we buy it for 35, so we might as well buy it for slightly less. Yay, and Venice likes me. Keep in mind that Geneva and Bruges are competing for your business. Any dealings you make with one will surely subtract from the other. Okay, let's look at the map. So we have Geneva and Bruges. So Geneva are the ones who I've got a better reputation with. Any deals with London, I might as well take, because why not? These guys I can't deal with just because the church likes me. And the church doesn't like them. The Signorio of Florence asked Francesco di Pisello to paint a panel of the Magi bringing offerings to Christ for the city palace. So the Magi, the 3 wise men. The artist wants to depict the Magi with the visages of notable Florentine scholars like the mathematician Donato Asciali? Yeah, I'm not sure how that's pronounced. There's a lot of vowels. You worry if celebrating your contemporaries alongside the Holy Family is entirely pious. Will you discourage the artist? So again, we need to do a bit of research. So we'll be looking at back to images. Francesco di Pisello. Francesco di Pisello Magi. Okay, let's go to the internet. Let's go to Pisello. Painter who flourished. And his son-in-law. Okay, so Francesco di Pisello paintings. So does it look like there's one where I've got the Magi coming? Oh yeah, that could be it. But has it drawn them as the contemporaries? I'm going to say I'm going to discourage, because the church, the church was an interesting place back then, so I will discourage the artist. Okay, so it did end up happening. Oh, my mistake. Rumors circulate that the sculptor and woodcarver Benedetto da Maiano has abandoned his craft after a pair of his inlaid wood panels fell apart when presented to Matthias Corvinus, King of Hungary. Will you encourage him to set up his craft despite the setback? I will. Like that one just sounded plausible as something that is a good idea to help with. The condottiere Francesco Sforza is seeking funds for his campaign against the King Alfonso of Naples. If victorious, Francesco could repay your investment of 3,000 florins. Will you invest? If I remember correctly, the Sforzas want to get rid of me. Now, is Naples an option? No. Research again. So we're looking at a war. So Francesco Sforza war on Naples. Okay, so he actually fought. Against Naples to get back his stuff, basically. Although that was a good excuse back in the days that a lot of people used. Okay, so we will support him. Yep. Yeah. Sforza's campaign is a success. Yep, because historically it did happen. Sforza and his allies repay the investment. Good. Now, what turn? Turn 5. So, we'll read the top one. With the tension of war between Milan and Florence, the artist Andrea del Castagno wishes to take refuge in Florence. Will you offer protection? I mean, yeah, because I don't like Milan. There we are. You hear that Leon Battista Alberti, prominent architect and author of numerous treatises on the arts, literature, and natural philosophy, has recently relocated to Florence. Will you invite Alberti to join your exclusive circle of fellow intellectuals? I'd say yeah. Sounds like a good idea. You promote and help disseminate Alberti's scholarship. Talents like his should not be neglected. Alberti gratefully gifts Latin and Tuscan copies of his book on painting it to your library. And that's always good. Having more books in your library, always nice. A travelling merchant from Bruges is looking to purchase 20 bolts of linen for 740 florins. Sell 20 for 37 each. So, Bruges don't like me at the moment. Geneva like me more. Is that a good deal? So sell 20 bolts of linen, so I buy them. Yeah, might as well. And it was 20, I believe. Buy. And then accept. I mean, neither one of them hates me, so. The Pope is selecting a new cardinal as the papal bank. Will you gift the Pope with 500 florins in order to gain favour for your cousin, the bishop? Yes. Yes. And your church influence rises. Yay! The church likes me more. A Genovese merchant would like to sell 5 bundles of flax for 800 florins. Will you buy for 80 each? No, that's not worth it because they only turn into 2 bolts of linen, and a single bolt of linen is worth less than 40, so no. Bruges likes me for that. The Duke of Milan, Filippo Visconti, has died with no heirs. The leading citizens of Milan have established a republic, but are beset by claimants to the throne, particularly Francesco Sforza. Will you invest 2,000 florins to help the merchant republic? No, because Francesco Sforza was in power in Milan. So no. Yeah. You're wise to reconsider. Francesco Sforza has conquered the fledgling republic and recognizes your choice not to interfere. The Sforza suggests they will not compete with your business in Burgundy and Flanders if you agree to trade with them. Will you trust the Sforza? I'm gonna say yes. Sforza offers not to compete with the Medici in Geneva and Bruges, but instead be a partner on foreign trades. Good. So the plot by Rinaldo degli Albizzi and Bernardo Guadagni has reached its inevitable conclusion. You have been sentenced to 10 years of exile in the city of Padua. Together your rivals are invulnerable until you regain the public's trust. Only by winning back the favour of Florence's people will you be able to return to your homeland. New objective: possess at least 50 reputation at the end of turn 21 to undermine the authority of the Albizzi family and be voted back into Florence. Hint: consider the impact of art and architecture patronage on generating spiritual and religious status and social and political prestige. Bonus level objective: possess at least 35 soul by the time you are voted back into Florence to sustain your relationship with the Catholic Church. Now I think we already have that reputation and that soul, so we're just basically going to have to maintain it. You've been wrongfully exiled in a political move orchestrated by rivals, the Albizzi family. Due to your exile, your reputation has been damaged and the people of Florence have developed a disdain for the Medici name. Okay, so we still need to build the reputation a little bit, but the soul is definitely there. So, a curator of antiquities has heard of your unicorn horn and offers you 300 florins. Yes. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but yeah, no, okay. A wealthy merchant from Venice is very interested in purchasing 28 bolts of linen for that much, so 45 florins each. Yes, so we'll buy the 28 bolts of linen. That's a good price. Buy, yes. Great price. Pope Martin V has died. Will you donate 200 florins? Yep, I will. The community is pleased to see you keep your faith in times of hardship, so we get some reputation. Good. While in exile, you may take time to build connections in Venice. Perhaps you could see the latest facade of the home of Marino Contarini. To conduct business up north even while exile, it may be time to open a branch out of the country. I mean, Venice we're on good terms with anyway. We may want to look at London and Bruges. Upon learning of Andre del Castagno's lack of work since moving to Florence, you decide to commission a fresco with bold colours and complex decorative patterns for the refectory at Sant Apollonia. For 500 florins, will you choose the work he created? Yes. So bold colours and complex decorative patterns. My personal guess is that it's going to be this one, but we will check. So we're looking at the refectory of Sant Apollonia. Refectory images. Yeah, so it's the one that I thought it was. Sweet. I mean, the main reason is just because of the bold colours and the fancy decorative patterns and things. So that one, there we go. You decide to commission a diplomatic gift for the Hungarian king, Matthias Corvinus. Sculptor and goldsmith Andrea del Verrocchio has offered his services. Will you accept the artist's offer? I'm going to say yes without doing research, even though I might be wrong. Good. Alexander the Great and Darius. Fair enough. It may be time to open a branch of Banco Medici in London to facilitate trade and currency exchange. Will you invest Florence? Yes. Yes, it's a very good idea to invest in that. So I hear that Flanders will open to trade soon in currency exchange. It may be time to consider opening a branch there, perhaps in Bruges. I don't know, maybe. To bring the glory of the Magi into your home, you commission Fra Angelico to capture their procession in a vivid tondo. Perhaps 150 florins? Yes. Okay, I didn't even have to guess what it was going to be. The Guild of Shoemakers has asked Donatello to sculpt in marble a full-length St. Philip for their niche on the exterior of Orsan Michel. When they learn Donatello's price is more than expected, the Guild contacts Nanni the Banco, who promises to accept any payment. Should the Guild pay Donatello what he asks? Yes, Donatello was pretty famous. I don't care if I lost reputation, he was a big famous fella. The Church of Corpus Domini in Urbino wishes to reinforce the lesson of Holy Communion, the Eucharist. Will you help commission a work by Paolo Uccello for 200 florins? Yes. Good. The citizens of Milan, fearing Sforza's power, surreptitiously ally with Venice in an attempt to curb the family's influence, which is good because I have a big reputation with Venice. Life is good. You have a chance to open a bank of the branch of the Medici Bank in Flanders. Will you invest 600 florins with a Bruges partner? The Albizzi family is looking towards Bruges as well, so this opportunity may not last for long. Yes, I will. Life in Padua is a strain. Would you bribe Luca Pitti with 12 bolts of linen to win his influence? Yeah, sure, why not? 12 isn't much. Yes. Oh, I didn't need to. Oh well. To help you improve your standing while in exile, artist Andrea del Castagno suggests a fresco of the Evangelist and John the Baptist to complete the apse of the Chapel of San Tarasio for 525 florins. Will you choose which piece to commission? Yes. So, it's not the middle one because we've already seen that one. Fresco of the Evangelists and John the Baptist. Would it be that one? I think it would be this one because this one is more about the baby Jesus and all of that. I'm guessing. So I'm going to say without doing research that it's going to be this one. Yes, I was right. And the four evangelists, Saint Zacharias and God the Father, complete with the concave vaulted apse with a message of evangelism. Nice. With a branch in London, perhaps your representative can urge King Henry VI to allow Medici exports of wool. Will you chance such an encounter? Yes. Okay, never mind. That didn't... Okay. While in exile, there is no need to hide. Continue to run your bank by messenger and demonstrate your power from afar in Padua and Venice. I am sorrowful. As you know, the season in Florence has been difficult for the farmers and the harvest may not sustain us. Even now there are people going hungry in the streets. Yikes. That's not good. On your arrival in Venice from Padua, can you identify Marilyn Contarini's House of Gold with its distinctive tracery windows and other Gothic elements? Sure. So, tracery windows and Gothic elements. I mean, this does have reasonably Gothic elements just due to the arches and things like that. And there is nice tracery, however. Let's have a look. That one was the answer for something else. That was a tower, building with a tower that you put your office in a previous one. This, not very Gothic. Not very Gothic at all. So, yeah, no, it's going to be that one. Yeah, there we go. Paolo Uccello drafts an initial scene of parishioners obediently taking the host. The communion bread in quiet repose, all surrounded by long quotes of Bible verses. Do you approve this design and support Uccello? I'm going to, yeah. Okay, never mind. Oh, yeah, people can't read back then. Never mind. With your office in Bruges, will you have a market for linen? You have a market for linen. Will you sell 10 bolts for 600 florins? Sell 10? Yes. 10 bolts of linen for that much? Most certainly. See, that's the thing. The math side of this, I find very easy. The art, a little bit harder. The net income from your foreign assets has arrived. Nice. Nice. I just get money just for having a place. There is an opportunity to open a branch of your bank in Geneva. Will you invest 700 florins to expand your international influence? Now, if I remember correctly, Geneva and Bruges are competing. I am going to, just because it's a good idea. Yeah. An agent in your Bruges bank, Angela Tani, wishes to commission an art to glorify your house. Will you approve bank funds? Yeah, sure. London offers wool and needs money. Will you buy 10 bales of wool for 400 each, including the export fee? So it's higher than usual, but it does build international relations. The price is too steep to unload in the marketplace at a profit, that's fine. Bruges offers to exchange their Flemish Grossi currency for florins. The equivalent of 1,500 florins could pay back 1,800 florins over time. Will you exchange the currency? Yes. So what we do now is we go into the... What? That's annoying. Soul, we still have enough soul though. But yeah, we're in the secret wealth section. Honest men are starving in the street of Florence and 200 florins sit in your office. Will you donate to help feed the masses? Yes. The Tondo Adoration of the Magi sits unfinished after Fra Angelico's passing. However, Fra Filippo Lippi could finish the work. Yes. I will get him to finish it. As you plan your new Medici Palace, wouldn't you prefer a simple, more austere home of a businessman? I'm going to say yes. Okay. It's annoying. Your patronage of monuments throughout Tuscany makes an impression across Europe. It may be time for an even larger statement in your home. So our reputation is up at 61, so we've got enough reputation, we've got enough soul, as long as we can maintain it. Already an offer for exchange is opened. Will you invest 800 florins in exchange for British pounds? Maybe. Let's look at the other one. The demand for Andrea del Castagno's mosaics increased for 200 florins. Will you commission him to design a mosaic, The Death of the Virgin in Venice? Yes. Good. While in exile in Padua, will you hide your wealth to preserve it? Yes. I don't care if I lose reputation for that. I'm going to hide it. How much hidden wealth do I have? Okay, yes, we will. Bruges will soon exchange currency, though you may have to wait a season for the transaction to complete. With good timing, you'll profit well without committing usury per se. You have a chance to open a branch of the Medici Bank in Germany. Will you invest? Possibly. You could use your... all of this is losing money, man. I'm going to go into the market and I am selling all of my wool. So I need to make some money back. And then I'm also going to sell all of my alum. There we are, sell for 1,700. Thank you. That brings me up to almost okay. But yes, we will open the branch. That was my mistake. You use your status to implore other families. Will you charter a group to help homeless people? Yeah. To help Andrea Mantena to complete his design for a painting of the Death of the Virgin, you're offering Jacopo Bellini 400 florins to create depth and distance with an architectural background. Will you choose? So, an architectural background. That could be it. That's not really a death, so it's not going to be that one. And again, that's not death, so I'm going to say it's that one, without doing research, just from taking from the bits of information that are in the description. There we are. Good. Net income from foreign assets. Good. I'm glad I'm making money. You distribute aid and blankets to the poor, all stamped with the emblem. Yep. Although some good men of San Martino are annoyed. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Clicks. Oh, good. So that means, yep, I've actually got money outside of my secret wealth. Ha ha. A trader in Geneva offers 990 florins for 30 bolts of linen. No, that's not worth it. With finance difficulties in Florence and overseas, perhaps it is time to collect some outstanding debt. This move might bring in that much. I'll think about that. You receive a plea from a fellow Florentine for a loan of 700 florins. He promises he can return that. Yes, the bank's not going to be happy, but that's alright. Not the bank, the church. Because apparently loaning money hurts your soul. With financial difficulties in Florence and overseas, perhaps it is time. Sure. You recover that much. Not great. Your exile in Padua has been good for your soul. Many of the people in Florence hope to see you back soon. Good. Currency exchange with London proves unprofitable. It's unfortunate, but I've still got money. You are short in funds while in exile. Will you press Luca Pitti to pay back his debt? Maybe. Bruges offers 8 bundles of flax for 400. Yes, because it turns into 2 bolts of linen, so that's 25 for each bolt of linen. That's worth it. For 300 florins, will you commission Donatello for a sculpture to inspire visitors to your home and symbolize your return? Yes. Yeah, because people... Well, if we go back to here... Oh, maybe not. No? Okay, maybe it was last time. The other time. But yeah, that guy's like our competition. That's fine. Florentine that you loaned has paid the money back. See, we have enough reputation because we only need 55. So we have more than enough reputation, and we have some good money too. Nice. From Giovanni de' Medici, you inherit a set of furnishings decorated with paintings by Dello Delli, but your peers admire furnishings decorated in the current style. Will you disperse the bequest among distant cousins? Yeah. Portinari reports an opportunity to sell 10 bolts of linen in Bruges for 450. 10. Yeah, given that I bought it dirt cheap as well, it's pretty good. And Bruges is really liking me. Geneva lesser. You wish to commission a gift for the King of Hungary. A trusted advisor suggests commissioning from Lorenzo della Volpaia an astrological clock showing the movement. Oh, that's cool. I'm going to say yes, even if it's not historically the thing that's cool. Yeah, no, things like that are cool. 19 of 21, so we're almost there. While you're in exile in Padua, the Milanese threaten to sack Florence. Will you secretly sponsor their efforts as retribution to your former city? No, I'm not going to. Because I'm not going to beat up my old city just because they kicked me out for a little bit. Because I'm coming back. Following the critical success of his marble David, Donatello has decided to produce a version in bronze. Except for boots and a hat, the new version is nude. For 450 florins, will you choose the work that has reintroduced freestanding nude male sculpture to the visual cultures of Western Europe? Yes. It's going to be the middle one, because everyone knows that one. What? Whoops. My mistake. Sforza has risen as Duke of Milan. Do you wish to send a gift? Yes. The net income from foreign assets has arrived. Nice. The strike in Florence takes place, but the city defends itself. The strength of Florence is known to all. Good. And now the penultimate turn. Geneva will sell 8 bundles of flax for 440 florins. Buy them for 55 each. Yes, because they halve. The price per thing halves because we make 2 linen from each one, so yes. Geneva offers 900 florins for 20 bolts of linen, so yes. Again. London will sell 40 bales of wool, buy 40 for yes. A great price to keep trade in London fluid, but with export taxes the price swells to 1,000 florins. Yeah, that's fine, that's still a good price. Your rivals called a mock vote for the people of Florence to determine if you should be allowed to return from exile. Unbeknownst to them, your reputation with the people is so great that they voted for your exile to end. Yay! Now the last turn. Portinari reports a special offer from Bruges, a chance to sell 20 bolts of linen for 1,000 florins, 20 for 50 each. That's going to be worth it. Can I buy up something that'll allow for that? So then off to the side, Geneva will sell 9 bundles of flax for 630 florins, 9 for 70 each, which means 35 each bolt of linen, so we will take that. A message comes from Portinari for an offer of 6 bolts of linen for 222 in Bruges. So we need 26 bolts of linen. And we've already got 20, so just need to get that. So we'll accept both deals. There we are. Victory! You have gained enough reputation with the people of Florence to end your exile in Padua and return home. While in exile, you leveraged your economic and diplomatic skills to open 3 new branches of Banco Medici abroad. Now that you've acquired new wealth and sources of income, you must be careful not to lose them. So that'll be it for today. We'll do level 3 tomorrow at the same time. Again, it'll be up on YouTube as well. Saber, S-A-B-E-R. Or you can always watch the recording. So do have a good day and don't work too hard.